Hey everyone, alrighty, so I am outside just because it's such a pretty morning, because yesterday was awful. It was monsooning outside, and today we are going to be talking about what the title says. It's going to be about anxiety and whether it's learned or genetic. So I just want to go ahead and put out a trigger warning for this video just in case anything like that, because I want y'all to enjoy this video even though it's on a more serious topic. So with that being said, let's get on into the video and see if I can teach y'all a thing or two about anxiety. First off, what is anxiety? And I'm going to read out the exact definition, so I'm going to be looking down for this. Alright. What is anxiety? A feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an event coming up or something that you are unsure of the outcome. And then, what is anxiety disorder? I'm also going to be looking down for this. Anxiety disorder is a nervous disorder characterized by a state of excessive uneasiness and apprehension, typically with compulsive behavior or panic attacks. So now that we know what anxiety is, we can see if it is learned, genetic, or caused by trauma. And before we can figure out what, where you got it from, we kind of need to know what each of those mean. So what I mean by learned is like, for example, you see your mom freak out about something, and you learn to freak out about that because she freaked out about it. So it might be something small, minute, like something that wouldn't bother anybody else, but it just bothers her. So you see her get bothered by it over and over again, and it sticks in your head, hey, I'm going to be freaked out about that. Because as you're growing up, you monkey see, monkey do, you learn from people around you what to, what to do, what to eat, what to say, and all that kind of stuff. Likewise, what to freak out about, or what to worry about, and all that kind of stuff. So it could be learned. Like, another way to get through stuff is realizing it has nothing to do with you, and that's worry that you don't even need to have because it's someone else's worry. Next thing, genetic. I'm gonna have to look down for this because I had to look some of this stuff up. Alright, genetic, there are chemicals called neurotransmitters that pass info onto neurons in your brain, and they are in your body that give you, and it makes you feel calm, blissful, you don't have any worry, and all that kind of stuff. These neurotransmitters are called anandamide. Anandamide, I will put it right here so you can at least read it. This word in Sanskrit means bliss, calmness. So, I mean, that chemical, whenever it's released in your brain, those neurotransmitters give you calm. Anandamide is controlled by FAAH. FAAH means fatty acid amide hydrolase, which basically changes anandamide into other chemicals that don't give off the good feeling. It's just bypass chemicals. They have nothing to do with it. And so, but basically, people in general have anxiety. It is a learned nature or caused by trauma. And the only thing that the anandamide and the FAAH has to do with it is how well you cope with it, how bad your anxiety is, and how forgetful you can forget, and how you can forget things. Like, let's say you were traumatized whenever you were a child, and if you have a lot of the FAAH and amidite in here, in your brain, it helps you forget that stuff. Like, that could be bad or good. Like, for example, something that I know very well is myself, and for example, I don't remember a lot of middle school, and I think that just has a lot to do with it's shutting my brain down, so I don't remember it because it caused me so much trauma and anxiety, so I just don't remember middle school. But I don't know if that has anything to do with FAAH, but that chemical helps you forget stuff that has bothered you in the past. So those people are more calm, they don't worry about stuff because they just have a lot of this in their brain. Now, moving on to trauma. Trauma is a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. So, for example, something simple, your goldfish died whenever you were younger. So now you have some kind of predisposition towards fish. And worser things would be like a family member dying or something physical or something worse than that. So I just don't want to get into much depth in that because I don't want to cause a trigger for anybody. But, so, like I said earlier, is anxiety learned or genetic? While you do have chemicals in your brain that help with anxiety, anxiety is most definitely either learned or caused by trauma. Okay, so a way that I can explain this on a personal level is through myself. So I'm going to use me as the example. I have generalized anxiety disorder. I also have a little bit of paranoia and a lot of anger issues, but we can go into depth with paranoia and anger issues in a different video. But I self-diagnosed myself with generalized anxiety disorder, and then I went to a doctor, talked to the doctor. They told me to go see a therapist. I never went to go see a therapist because I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you feel that's what you need to do and you feel like that's going to help, go do it. Go get some kind of help. But a therapist for me, I knew just wasn't going to work because that's just talking to someone about my feelings, which I do that anyways, and that hasn't helped. So I knew a therapist wasn't going to work. But I knew a therapist could get me medication that I needed. But I was working full-time, I was in school full-time, I never had the chance to go see the therapist to get that, and it would have taken forever for me to get them anyways. And I'm not saying you should be lenient on pills, I'm not saying that pills are going to fix your problem, I'm not saying any of that, because you can most definitely help your anxiety without any kind of medication, because I have not taken any anxiety medication, and I have helped myself cope with my generalized anxiety. You will always have some level of anxiety. You might go weeks and months without having an anxiety attack or freaking out or having any worry, but something might come along that will trigger your anxiety and you might just automatically have the worst anxiety attack of your life. That being said, there are ways to help you cope with your anxiety. And I know this because I use them, I have this, I go through this, and I will tell you it has helped so much. It also helps with my paranoia and my anger issues, which I'll make 2 separate total videos about that because there's different ways you need to approach paranoia and anger management than you do anxiety. There's a little thing that I thought of, and I'm pretty sure this is a quote somewhere. But let me read from a little handy dandy notebook. It says, anxiety is not a war won in a day, but multiple battles won over many days. Which means you're not just going to fix anxiety like that. You're just not. It's whenever you do have that small anxiety attack, you know how to fix it, or you try to fix it, and you go and you help yourself. You go and you calm down. So, I keep on saying about these tips. Let's get into these tips, okay? Alright, so here's one that helps with anxiety attacks, and it has helped me, bar none, probably more than anything else I have used for this. So like, whenever I have full-blown anxiety attacks, like let's say at work, whenever I have all the pressures on me, I have to do all this, I have this, and everything else to do, and I'm freaking out and I need something to do, like to calm down, I will literally be like, okay guys, like, I realize first thing to do is acceptance that you have anxiety and you need to go away from the situation. That's what works with me, is leaving from the situation. I get sometimes you can't do that, but whenever you have like a fast food or restaurant job, you definitely can go give yourself some you time. Make sure that whatever is covered, be like, look, I have got to go smoke break, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go stand outside, I have to go check the weather, I have to go pee, something. Get out of that situation. That's one big thing that really works for me, is getting out of the situation. But what this technique is called is, it's called the grounding technique. grounding technique. So what you're going to do is you're going to go away. You're going to go to that bathroom. You're going to go to that smoke break. You're going to go to your car. You're going to do whatever. And you're either going to stand there firmly or you are going to sit down. I would say like this, with your feet down and your knees up on your butt, instead of cross-legged, because that stops the flow of blood. And also you can hug your legs if you're freaking out, because if you're crisscrossed you can't really hug your legs. So I'll say do that. That way you can hug your legs. What you're going to do is you're going to slow down your breathing. You're going to go in your nose and out through your mouth. And at this point you're probably like real hard, like feeling like you're about to hyperventilate. But that's what you got to do. You have got to slow down your breathing. And even if it's not slow right now, at the end of this, your breathing should be slower. And what you need to do is you need to close your eyes if you can't go somewhere. And then you need to name everything that you can see. If you're outside, that car, the pavement, the building, the sky, the clouds in the sky, the trees. If you're inside, like in a bathroom, the toilet, the floor, the bathroom stall, the sink, the mirror. And what you're going to do is, now that you have seen all these things, you're going to go back and you're going to go describe these things. Car, it's a dirty car, it hasn't been cleaned, it needs to be cleaned. The sky, it is blue, it has all these big white fluffy clouds in them, it's really bright. I really need some sunglasses actually. The building, that's where I work, but that's okay, I'm out here right now in my time. The painted lines on the ground, they are fresh, they just got painted recently. Cat, there's a cat. What color is the cat? It's black. Like, so you just go through and start naming everything. And then what do you hear? Do you hear birds? Do you hear that cat walking by? Did the cat meow at you? Do you hear the cars? If you're inside, can you hear the music? Can you hear any voices or anything like that? Do you hear the air conditioner going on? And what does it sound like? Is it loud, or could you barely hear it? Is it an interesting cat noise that you just heard? And if you're sitting, touch the ground beneath you. Touch it with your hands. Put your hands down and feel it. Feel it with your feet. What is it doing? It's not doing anything. It's there, still. It's holding you. It's supporting you. It's not going anywhere. You're okay. Look back up. Notice everything. One last thing. What do you smell? Do you just smell the fresh air? Do you smell the exhaust from a bike going by? A motorcycle going by? Do you smell the food in the restaurant that you're sitting in the bathroom in? What do you smell? Is there anything crazy or different? And then breathe in and out. And then rate how you're feeling. And if it's anything lower than a 5, give yourself a few more minutes of just, I'm okay. I'm okay. That building's not moving. This ground is not moving. I'm me. I'm living. I'm doing what I gotta do to get through the day. And if you're still at 5 or higher, just sit down, sit your butt back down, and you stay there until you feel better. You do it. You just stay there. Some other ways that can help is breathe. Just breathe in and out. Breathe. Realize that the world is not ending. It's all good. Hold on to an ice cube. Just a change in temperature. You know, that ice cube. Oh, okay. This is cold. This is hurting my hand because it's so cold. Everything's okay. Listen to music. Just put, if you're in the school bus or whatever, going to school, and you're, okay, cats. Whoa. If you're going to school and those guys are just freaking you out and you don't want to hear them, put your earbuds in. Put your earbuds in. If all that noise bothers you, put your earbuds in. Jam up to some music. Talk to your best friend whenever you get home. Call him. Hit him up. Text him. Tell him all your worries and everything like that. Just talk to them. Another one is leave. Leave the situation. Like, if someone's bugging you in the classroom, hey, can I go to the bathroom? Don't say why. Don't make it obvious that that's the reason why. But just be like, hi, can I go to the bathroom? And just go to the bathroom. Yeah, they might want you back in 3 to 5 minutes, but guess what? Your emotions, your feelings, and how you are feeling is more important than that teacher, that class. So if you need to be in there for 20 minutes and you come back and the teacher's like, why were you gone for so long? They shouldn't ask you that in front of the whole classroom, and if they do, I would just leave and go down to the nurse's office and explain everything. But after class, if they ask you, just explain to them. If they're being nice, just explain to them. But honestly, I would just leave. Because I used to be like that, like, oh, no, I had to, and I would sit back down being all embarrassed. No, I would go down to the nurse's office, explain everything, and you won't get in trouble. If you go down to the nurse's office, you won't get in trouble. But thank y'all so much for watching, and I know this video might be kind of long and possibly all over the place and everything like that, but I wanted y'all to be able to learn something if y'all haven't learned anything. And I really hope I've helped somebody, because if I help just one person, I have done my job as a human. I have done my job, and it's not just a job. It's because I care about people and I want to help people with the same issues that I have and issues I don't have, which, you know, I would just learn on and help as much as I can. But since I do have generalized anxiety and I know what has helped me, I want to be able to help y'all as much as I can. And so I really hope that this has helped y'all so much. And as always, if y'all have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if y'all have any video ideas, please put them down there in the comment section below. And have a good night, a good day, a good evening, and a good whatever's in between. And I will see y'all next time.